Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. In today's dinner series, I'm going to be showing you how to make a very Mangalorean cuisine, and that's going to be a Green Moong Dal Gassi, and I'm going to be serving it along with Kadale Manoli, which is essentially Tindora or dondekai cooked along with kala chana and a coconut spice, and serve it along with some majjige, which is buttermilk, which is a spicy chash. So without wasting any time, I'm going to just dive right in and show you how to make these 3 dishes for a wholesome dinner. So first dish I'm going to make is the Moong Dal Gassi, which is essentially roasted spices from coconut, red chilli, coriander that is ground along and mixed into a green moong dal, which is the sprouted green moong dal, which is cooked in some tamarind water. The first step, I'm going to cook the sprouted green moong dal and then show you how to add the masala. So into my pan, I'm going to add in just a little bit of oil and add in the onions and saute the onions until they lightly soften, and once the onions soften, I'm going to add in the tomatoes and then the green moong dal. Now that the onions have softened, I'm going to add in the tomatoes. Just give it a quick stir. We don't have to wait for the tomatoes to soften because we're going to pressure cook the sprouted green moong along with the tamarind water. I'm going to add in the green moong dal sprouts. I didn't wait for the sprouts to come out really long, just soaked it and then drained the water, soaked it for about 8 hours, drained the water and allowed it to sprout just a little bit for about 5 to 6 hours, that's it. And to this I'm going to add in the tamarind water, salt to taste and some turmeric powder. So now we'll cook all of these for about 3 whistles in the pressure cooker and allow the pressure to release naturally. And while the pressure is releasing, we'll show you how to make the masala for the gassi. Now to begin making the gassi masala, we're going to roast a few ingredients, and that is the coriander seeds, cumin seeds and red chillies. So you can add little or more red chillies based on how spicy you want the gassi to be. So I'm going to roast it on medium heat until you get the roasted aroma, about a minute or so. So once the coriander and cumin is roasted, I'm going to add in the freshly grated coconut and roast it for another few seconds, not more than a few seconds. And once it gets roasted and it's combined, I'm going to grind this to make a nice smooth paste. So now I'm going to add this into my small jar of the mixer grinder. These small jars are extremely useful. If you have to grind things in small quantities, then having a small jar is one of the best things in your kitchen. And I love this mixer grinder just for that, okay? And I will add some water into this and blend this to make a nice smooth paste. So I'm going to add in just a little bit more water and blend it again for about a minute. So now that this is ground, I'm going to add this into the sprouted moong dal which we did earlier, and give it a boil and give it a nice garlic tadka. So I'm ready to open the green moong dal. It cooked for about 3 whistles. I turned off the heat and allowed the pressure to release naturally. Just going to open it, and it looks perfectly cooked, and I can see all the sprouts popping out there. And now, a little while ago, we just ground the gassi mixture. I'm going to add this into the cooked green moong dal. I'm going to add in a little bit of water to give it a nice gravy consistency, and stir it and give it a brisk boil. So you need to allow the green moong dal and the coconut mixture to boil for about 3 to 4 minutes until it all comes together. So the gassi has been boiling for a good 3 to 4 minutes. At this stage, I'm going to keep it to the side and show you how to make the tadka. So into my preheated pan, I'm going to add in the oil, add in the mustard seeds and the urad dal. We're going to now allow the mustard seeds to crackle and the urad dal to turn golden brown, and this should be done on close to about medium heat. Notice that the dal is turning golden brown, and it is extremely important to make the dal golden brown for almost all South Indian vegetables and curries because it gives a nice crunch and it feels cooked as well. Now to this, I'm going to add in the red chillies again, and I'm going to tear it and add it in. I'm going to add the curry leaves, and I'm going to add in the whole garlic cloves. I'm going to roast the garlic cloves along with the red chillies and curry leaves for a good minute. You will notice the garlic is slightly shrinking and gets a roasted color to it. Okay, the garlic is turned golden brown. I'm going to move this aside and then pour it over the Moong Dal Gassi. And I'm going to show you how to make the Kadale Manoli after this. So now on to making the Kadale Manoli, which is essentially Tindora or the koveka or dondeka, and the Kadle, which is the kala chana, which I'm going to be cooking along with some coconut spices. And the special spice that I'm going to add is the Kundapura Thal masala, which I'm going to roast and grind now and show you how to make it. So into my preheated pan, I'm going to add in the coriander seeds, the methi seeds, the cumin seeds, the black peppercorns, the red chilies, and garlic. So I'm going to roast all of these ingredients until you get a roasted aroma, and the garlic also turns lightly golden brown. So it takes a good 2 to 3 minutes on medium heat. So once it's roasted, I'm going to grind it into a fine powder. So now this masala is roasted. The good part about this is, in fact, if you can shred the garlic into little fine pieces, dry it out, little bit of dehydration, and then roast it along with this masala until it becomes really dry. So the entire masala, if you make it really dry, and you can actually make it in large quantities and store it in a dabba, it will stay for a couple of months, and use it in all different types of curries to flavor it, and it tastes really delicious. So now I'm going to grind this into a coarse powder and then show you how to make the Manoli and Kadle curry. Since I made a really small quantity of this masala, I'm grinding it in my small jar. Small jars are extremely convenient and perfect for grinding small quantities of masala. I'm going to cover it and make a coarse powder of this masala. Okay, that's exactly the consistency of the masala that we want. I'm going to keep this aside and then show you how to cook the koveka or the manoli over here, and then mix it all together. So to make this dish, I already have the kadle, which is also known as the kala chana, already ready. I soaked it for about 8 hours in water and then added a little salt and pressure cooked it for about 20 minutes, approximately 7 to 8 whistles. And once it's done, I drained the water. I can use it for rasam or soups or anything, and then just kept the kadle aside. Now I'm going to show you how to cook the tindora or the manoli, also known as the koveka or the dondekai. Okay, and I'm going to add this to the pressure cooker. Add just a little bit water, sprinkle some salt, and pressure cook it just for 1 whistle. This way, it fastens the cooking process and also makes the dish really healthy as well. The other thing that you can also do is to roast it in a little bit of oil in a kadai, and then that takes about 15 minutes for the manoli or the tindora to cook. So I prefer this because it gets done in just less than few minutes in a whistle. So now I'm going to add in the salt and just a little bit water. Just about a tablespoon of water is what is required to cook this. And after a whistle, we'll immediately release the pressure by running it under cold water, and so that it doesn't get overcooked. So after about a whistle, I release the pressure immediately, and notice that it's perfectly steamed. So now into my preheated pan, I'm going to add in the oil, the mustard seeds, urad dal. So it's important to get the dal golden brown because it adds a nice crunch to the curry. And I'm going to add in the curry leaves, some finely chopped garlic, chopped onion, some broken red chilies, and we'll give this a stir until the onions soften a little bit. Now that the onions have softened, I'm going to add in this Kundapur masala, a dash of turmeric powder, and the freshly grated coconut. We'll give this a stir. I can already smell the aromas of garlic and all of it, and the curry leaves coming through, totally coastal. Okay, and it's so nice. Now that it's combined, I'm going to add in the cooked tindora. See how quick it is. If you were to cook it in a pan, then cooking this manoli or the dondeka would have taken much longer. We'll give it a stir and then add in the cooked kala chana, also known as the kadle. Give it a stir. And now I'm going to add in some salt. Just watch the amount of salt that you're going to add, because the kadle we cooked it with a little salt, manoli we cooked it with a little salt, and so just a little bit, give it a taste and then add it. Now I'm going to cover this and then cook this on about medium heat until all the masalas get well coated into the Kadale Manoli curry. The Manoli curry looks really good. I'm ready to now plate it and then quickly make the majjige, which is the spiced buttermilk, and serve our delicious dinner. I'm ready to make our spiced buttermilk, also known as the majjige, and I'm going to be using the tall jar to make this. It's a great jar to make like smoothies, juices, even your buttermilk that can be made in larger quantities for your entire family. So I'm going to add in the dahi or the yogurt. I'll add in the ginger. I love making my buttermilk gingery and spicy, and essentially adding in all my favorite ingredients. I'll add in the curry leaves, absolutely, and just half a green chilli. If it's spicy, if you like it spicier, you can add it a little more. I'm going to add in some water. You can also add in some crushed ice to it, and if you wish, you can also add in some jeera powder as well. Okay, I'm going to add in salt, and we're going to blend this to make a nice, delicious buttermilk. That's it, our buttermilk is ready, and I'm now going to serve our dinner. So wasn't this really delicious? A wholesome meal where we packed in some green moong dal sprouted coconut curry, which is the moong dal gassi, and the Kadale Manoli, which is again packed with protein and nutrition from all the vegetable, which is the Tindora or the dondekai. And to end it, we have a tall glass of majjige, which is the Masala Chaas, served along with steamed rice. Add a top of ghee to this and then serve it for dinner or even a delicious Sunday lunch. Do give all of these recipes a try, and when you do, share your feedback in the comments below. We'd love to hear back from you. I hope you like our dinner meals and ideas, and when you do try something different, do share it in the comments below. We'd love to try it as well. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.